You think I'll let you zone?
Baka.
You'd think that the highest grossing franchise in the world like Pokemon wouldn't have some lost media. Obscure, sure, but not lost. Since launching in Japan in 1996 and becoming a global juggernaut by taking over the world in the 5 years where Pokemon fever was at its peak, to the lows of the X and Y generation, then a surge when Pokemon Go was everywhere, and it looked like Pokemon was making a comeback. Pokemon has had numerous media gone missing, from video games to even episodes, for one reason or another, but here are 5 lost media entries in the Pokemon special. Pocket Monster 64 was an unreleased Nintendo 64 disc drive title. Had it been completed, it would have been the first console RPG for the Pokemon franchise, long before Colosseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness were developed. Little to no info is known about the game, and no screenshots have been released. It was first mentioned in a June 1997 Electronic Gaming Monthly interview with Shigeru Miyamoto. Months later, Miyamoto said that there were 3 Nintendo 64 DD titles in development. The other one besides Pokemon 64 DD was Hey You Pikachu, which would later be released on the Nintendo 64 instead of the expansion. At Nintendo Space World 1997, earlier builds of Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Snap were shown instead of the Pocket Monster 64 DD project. It fell off the radar and no other info has been announced. Junichi Masuda at the time stated that he didn't believe Pokemon games should be on home consoles, which could be a possible reason for the cancellation of Pocket Monster 64. The other likely reasons are that the Nintendo 64 DD ceased production shortly after its introduction. So currently Pocket Monster 64 is considered lost, with nothing being released of the project so far. Pokemon Krystal for the Game Boy Color was released in Japan in 2000 and internationally in 2001. It took the original story and gameplay of Pokemon Gold and Silver and upgraded it with new quest lines, graphical upgrades, and some new gameplay mechanics. In Japan, an accessory for the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance was released called the Mobile Adapter GB. It could be used to attach a player's Game Boy to their mobile phone, connecting them to the internet and engage in online multiplayer or download new content to their carts. The Mobile Adapter GB was not released outside of Japan, likely due to the fact that at the time, cell phones outside of Japan were not as technologically advanced as those in Japan. The Japanese version of Krystal has a Pokemon Communication Center, or Pokecom Center, in place of the Pokemon Center in Goldenrod City. International versions still have much of this data intact and even translated, but it goes unused. Players would go to the Pokecom Center and battle and trade with other players across Japan using their mobile internet. DLC content was also available. When the data is downloaded, players can go to the Pokecom Center to receive it. DLC included items such as the GS Ball, Blue Sky Mail, and Mirage Mail. Dialogue for certain NPCs would also change depending on the downloadable content and the updates. Most of these services had fees attached to them, with Pokemon News having a monthly fee of 100 yen. The service shut down on December 14, 2002 due to limited success and low user traffic. No new updates and access to DLC was impossible. Downloadable data is stored in the game's RAM, which is backed by a battery. Batteries in Gen 2 and onward Pokemon games are known to drain relatively quickly, particularly in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, due to the fact that the battery supports an in-game clock that is always running, even when the game isn't being used. When the battery dies, the mobile data is erased along with the save data. This makes the possibility of any mobile patches still existing on any card extremely unlikely. However, people are making attempts to emulating the Mobile Adapter GB, since all code for it is still in there, and the protocol for that has been documented. Just before Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team was released in South Korea, the game's website offered a downloadable PC demo version of the game called Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gold Rescue Team Challenge the Gold Rank. The demo build was based on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team, a Nintendo DS game, but is played in a single window with a native resolution of 240 by 160, similar to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team for the Game Boy Advance. The window is doubled in size to 480 by 320, and it has a build date of PKDI version 1.0, June 25, 2007, more than 1 month after the Korean version of Blue Rescue Team's build date of PKDI version 1.0, May 17, 2007, which is very weird, but unfortunately the demo has been lost since the site was taken down and doesn't seem to have been shared or recorded by anyone since. Twitch Plays Pokemon is an ongoing social experiment that was run by an anonymous Australian programmer on Twitch.tv. The stream has spawned a cult-like following since its beginning on February 12, 2014, with the highest viewership count of being 120,000 at once and reaching a total of over 30 million views overall. The first day and a half of the stream was not recorded by anyone, and recording did not start until day 1 11 hours in, leaving the capture of important early characters lost. Since then, Twitch has deleted most archived streams. It's highly unlikely the footage from this period will ever be found unless someone comes forward with footage of the recording. It's currently unknown what exactly happened before the first screenshot of day 1 appeared online. 5 screenshots of day 1 9 hours in have leaked from 4chan. 3 videos from the lost 35 hours have been found on YouTube for viewership. Pokemon 3 the movie, released in Japan in 2000 as Pocket Monsters the movie Lord of the Unknown Tower, which originally had a completely different plot to the version released in theaters. The first draft was written by the late Takeshi Sudo, the main writer of the anime up to episode 244, as well as the first 2 movies and first TV special. The original plot of the movie would have delved into the mystery of how the world came to be inhabited by Pokemon and what happened to the real-world animals that once existed there, as real-world animals were in earlier episodes before being phased out when more Pokemon were introduced. This would have been explored through the discovery of a fossil in the Pokemon world, the fossil of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. It would be restored back to life, leading to the creature going on a rampage across the Kanto region, and it would be up to Ash, Brock, Misty, and Team Rocket to stop its rampage across Kanto. Shudo spent half a year devising this particular plot, which was shot down by the producers under the reason that a story where a bunch of minerals gain consciousness and come to life won't be a hit. I can see where they're coming from, that fossils coming to life doesn't fit with the Pokemon world if a Pokemon isn't doing it. The original script was auctioned for 1 billion yen, around $8 million US, to a buyer who only went by the name of Shu. Where the seller is located and whether or not they still possess the script is unknown. That should do it for this Pokemon special. If you have any Pokemon media you want me to look into, then put them down in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Until then, stay safe guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
If you like the show and want to support the channel, then consider subscribing, because it shows me, I mean us, that you enjoy the content being made.